Hey, welcome to the DBC Inc. Facebook Live. It is a Thursday night. We are pumped up to be here. We are excited. Make sure as you are joining us, you throw your name over there in the comments. Let us know who is watching, where you're watching from. We would love to get a chance to interact with you a little bit. And I am joined tonight by a very special guest host. That's right. Fresh off of her Valentine's date with Honey and on Honey's birthday. That's right. It's Honey's birthday today. All the way from Cincinnati, Ohio, home of the Reds, home of the Bengals, even though that's not who she cheers for. It is the author of Be Real, the author of Cannonball In. It is Tara Martin.
I feel like I need a walk-up song every time. I mean, while you're doing that, just like, it's the eye of the tiger or something in the background.
Yes. Melanie coming in from Florida.
Welcome,
Yes.
Melanie.
All right. Hey, so Florida, that sounds good to me right now. I'm feeling like I could use a little bit of that warmth, a little bit of that good weather, possibly. So if it's all right, maybe we're gonna like pack things up and come visit.
Headed your way.
Yeah, we're headed your way. I am curious whereabouts in Florida you are at. I was just there for FETC in the Orlando area, but got friends all over Florida, so wondering where you're at. Yeah. Oh, we're invited. Let's go. Let's pack this thing up.
She said, "Come on."
Yes.
We're on our way. Don't ask us twice. We can work from anywhere.
Exactly. Hey, as long as you got, all right, I gotta get my glasses on to be able to read these comments now. North Florida near Jacksonville. Okay. All right. Awesome. Cool. That's all right.
Well, it's warm.
It's just been raining all day here, so it's all good. And David look at these warm weather people joining us. David in SoCal.
We love you guys. We want to come see you.
Mr. D Elementary is here. What? Mr. D? Here with the reading glasses, the new cut. Yeah. Oh, David, thanks for noticing. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been a couple of times because we had a book birthday last week. So it's been a while since we've been on here and just with our long agenda full of things to do.
Yeah. So I have a couple of agenda items for 68 degrees today. Man, okay.
It wasn't bad here though. 58 is what we had today. Not bad, but just a little cloudy. And so yesterday we had like 52 and sunny, and it was gorgeous. I was in shorts.
That's pretty good. Ohio winter.
I was in shorts today too. Like anything above 40. I mean, I think you should put on some shorts.
Yeah, I feel that. It's all right. I feel that. I just got back from a walk and so I'm feeling kind of warmed up. Jay Billy. Yes, absolutely. It's all about the low maintenance cut. Easy. Like you have no idea how much I save on my shampoo budget. Same with Jay Billy.
No leave-in conditioners for this guy.
Yeah, no shampoo, no conditioner. No, like it's just whoosh,
no gel.
Wipe it off with a towel, and we're ready to rock. We're ready to roll. I used to be, as someone who presents, oddly enough, with a bandana on, of course, when I had my hair. Then I would take my bandana off and my hair would be all matted down and sweaty and crazy looking and stuff and look horrible. Now it's just like doesn't matter. Wind, nothing. Like it always looks the same, 100%.
I can't even remember. I don't even think I would recognize you with hair. I've never known you with hair.
That might be true.
Yeah.
That might be true. Yeah.
It is true.
Hey, you mentioned the book birthday. And so I thought that I would show that again. So we just put out this book last week, Edge Protocols Field Guide, Primary Edition. Okay, Primary Edition. So Ben and Jen did a fantastic job on this. Lots of people are into Edge Protocols. It's a whole flourishing community of people, but there's been some hesitation to use it in primary, especially early primary. People have felt overwhelmed with it. And so they've taken it, simplified it. They've chosen 5 lesson frames from Edge Protocols that I think are amazing for working with primary kids, and then linked up all sorts of resources inside. And so if you're involved in Edge Protocols, then you know how amazing this is going to be, and you're going to get it right away. But if you're not into Edge Protocols and you teach primary, this might be the intro book that you were looking for. That's going to like take you down the rabbit hole of this whole Edge of Protocols community and how amazing they are. And so we're pretty excited about this. And I'm pretty excited about that crayon box up at the top, like the popping out right across here to emphasize the primary nature of the book. And so, yeah, this is the latest release from DBC Inc.
I love it. It's so beautiful. And like Dave said, within the chapters, these two came up with, they have so many resources. And so, in fact, so many that their book was like 3 times the size it needed to be when they brought it to us. And so once they sized it down, they didn't want to get rid of everything, and we didn't want them to as well. So they have QR codes or links that will take you to even more. And so this is a big bang for your buck, because it's basically you're getting the book and then you get like almost like 3 books in one.
Yeah. This was like something like 86,000 words when they first turned it in, and it got pared way down. But yeah, like Tara said, that stuff is not just lost on the cutting room floor. That stuff has all been linked up into resources that you can access through QR codes in the book. And so it's pretty hefty little project that you're getting there. Of course, you don't need to, you can take it just as it is. It can stand alone, but if you want to go diving deep, there's other places that you can go to get even more information from Ben and Jen. So it's pretty fantastic. And then once you dive into this Edge of Protocols primary book, then you're going to be like, oh my gosh, this stuff is amazing. You're probably going to want to double back and see what else we have in the Edge of Protocols line. We have 6 books total in that line, with 2 more books coming, maybe even this year. If not, maybe 1 more for sure this year, maybe one that's either it will be the end of this year, possibly 2025. But it's a whole like universe. Like, when you think about the Marvel universe or the DC universe or whatever, something like that, the Edge of Protocols universe is a whole section of DBC books that kind of all go together, have their own little special community. And it's something that you could tap into, and they're super helpful.
So good. Oh, Dave, I keep talking. I want to go grab something. I'll be right back. Okay.
So I wanted to also draw your attention to something that's happening on X, Twitter, right after this. So at 5 o'clock Pacific, so 8 o'clock on the East Coast, there is, what's that?
That's what I was going to grab.
Oh, I have it right here too. Yeah. So there's a Legacy of Learning. If you go to the Legacy of Learning hashtag, they're having a book study on X, on Twitter, starting tonight, or it is tonight. And so at 8 o'clock on the East Coast, 5 o'clock over here. So right after, we're going to make sure that we're out of here before 5 o'clock my time and 8 o'clock Tara's time, so that anyone who wants to get involved in this, hop over to X, get into the Legacy of Learning hashtag and watch. And then this is Megan Lawson's book, by the way, on the Impress line of DBC Inc. And if the other thing is, tell them that we sent you. So hop into the Twitter chat and say, hey, I just watched the Facebook Live, and Dave and Tara said to pop on over. And Laura, there it is. Laura, one of my favorite books. Hi, Laura. Good to see you. Thanks for popping in. Yeah.
Okay, look your book. I'm going to take a picture. I'll send it on Twitter. Okay. I'll send that over on Twitter.
Yeah. Okay. So what else we got going on? So I'll tell you something that happened that was kind of cool this week. And that is, I got to present with a young Tara Martin.
That was so fun. I wonder if we saw pictures of that. That was fun. We got to do.
Was it this week or last week?
Well, it was the end of last. It was Friday.
Friday. Okay. Yeah. I'm like,
it was still within a week.
Within the last week. Yeah. So it was the Archdiocese in Seattle, and we had a 3-hour virtual time window to present for these educators. And so I started them off with the Teaching Outside the Box Crash Course in Creativity kind of virtual breakout session, kind of a little combo session. And then we gave them a little break, and I turned it over to Tara Martin, and she brought them home with her fantastic stuff. What we call hooked on real engagement, or what was?
Yeah. And it was so fun. Like, you think 3 hours and you're like, whoa, that's a long time, but it goes so fast. And we open up the chat the way we do it. It's so interactive. So Dave goes first, and then I go second. And it just blends beautifully. And all the strategies I share, I will link them straight over with Teach Like a Pirate. They hook into the hooks. They link into the hooks. And what's really fun is we open up the chats. And so it's almost as if the audience has like an amen corner. So they get it's a Dave and I were talking about this afterward. It's almost more fun even than the keynote, because you get to live see what your people are thinking like while you're talking the whole time, and it is wild. So while he's talking, I respond to him, and they're just like, this is fire. Like, oh my God, I love this. Or I tried something similar, but I'm about to take that one to my classroom. But they were able to like connect immediately to the strategy and voice that. And then I feel like, it's almost like live note taking, but you get to say it out loud, which you always want to do in the middle of a keynote, and you can't do it. But when it's virtual like that, you're able to do that. And it's so fun because we can call out their names like, yes, David, I'm loving that you're digging that. Actually, David, no, he has not been in one of our live webinars. I was fixing, I think he's been one of our live sessions, but I don't think he has. Anyways, it was crazy awesome. And that chat was on fire. Yeah, I can't wait to hear about what they chat.
Yeah, pouring in there. And something I mentioned, and I did a TikTok video on this. And what, you're not following me on TikTok? What are you talking about? What? Pirate.teacher. Go follow me on TikTok, pirate.teacher. I posted for 13 consecutive days. 13 consecutive days, I put a TikTok post up. So I'm getting more and more active over there. So go follow me. But anyway, I did a TikTok video. And one of the things that I talked about was that it's a good contrast. Like sometimes it's good for people to see, like Tara, I know you talk to our authors sometimes about content contrast.
Yes.
And like what they're posting, don't have it always be the same thing, but have some contrast in what you're doing. And I know that both you and me, we try to do that. Like I might post a fitness post and then some education, then maybe an animal, and then and then you do the same thing, right? You have your CrossFit posting, education posting, some personal posting, you got maybe throw honey in, and you have this like contrast of kind of what people are going to get when they're visiting your social media. And same thing is true in this presentation. I think it's good for educators to see that you can be successful with different presentational styles. So it's not about someone just presenting like me, and it's not about someone presenting like Tara. It's about, hey, look at this. There's multiple ways you can be effective in a professional development, but then also in your classroom too. So I come out and just like out of the gate, like a nuclear bomb, and like jump off the screen and attack them for like an hour, right? And then we let them decompress for a break, and then Tara comes in and then has this really super fun interactive style with asking questions of the chat and getting people to participate in the chat conversation, and goes back and forth, kind of like a little bit of a keynote style, then a little bit of interactive workshop kind of stuff, and back and forth. And they can see, oh, look, there's lots of different ways we can be effective with our presentations.
It's so true. And I think the way we do it, it's so interesting, because afterward, we always get the best feedback too about how people love that both of us have like a ton of energy, but yet, like he said, there's just such a big contrast, but yet the two just blend together. And like when they walk away and they have all these strategies, they're also feeling compelled to jump in and do the darn thing, as well as like feeling like there's a bunch of things that they're already doing that are super amazing. So if you guys are ever looking for a more affordable, maybe a little more affordable PD for your group, virtual, of course, is a little less expensive than bringing us there. And honestly, it's almost just as fun. Not quite, but close. Here's Dave jumping through the screen, if you're wondering what that looks like.
And by the way, I'll give you, if you're wondering how I'm looking like that with the slides over my shoulder and like so big on the screen like that, that's it's so hard to say this, the app. And so Stacy Roshan put me onto this. One of the author of Tech with Heart, Stacy Roshan, who does all sorts of virtual presentations. she put me onto the application where there's also different ways you can toggle around and put yourself in different places on the screen. And I like that place where I'm kind of green screened with the slides behind me, and I'm able to be real big on the screen and come off of it. So that's what that is, the app.
He loves it. And he really comes through the screen. Like there are times where he's bigger than his slides like this.
Absolutely. And by the way, thank you, David. Thank you, Jay. I appreciate that.
Yeah, we're thinking about a DBC. Should we tell them?
Sure.
An uncensored DBC. We haven't decided yet, but we sure have a lot of funny stories that we can tell if we were just like, not having to be professional. Not that we're so professional on here. But
every once in a while, we talk on the phone and we start like recounting some of the things that have happened. And we're like, oh my God, we should tell that story on a Facebook Live. And then we're like,
maybe not on Facebook Live. We need to give them a little bit of warning. Like, this is really not PD.
Trigger warnings. Mature audience only.
I honestly think, I
think paywall for that.
I honestly think it would go viral. DBC uncensored. Just the random things that we talk about, like my driver rage or anything. There's just so many of them.
I don't know if, of course, it's hard for me to believe that there's not a paywall on your Instagram stories.
Oh, mine? I keep it real, though. Somebody asked me the other day, do you think this is going to hinder your brand, my sauna stories? Well, I got to get my sauna in, and talking to you guys makes it go a lot faster. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, you have no idea what I'm talking about. But I wear a swimsuit in the sauna, and I just do a TED Talk. TED Talks in swimwear is like great. I get more listens than I ever do on anything else. And I will tell you this. You got to get it done. And somebody said, what about that? Like, I'm like, dude, it's on brand. My brand is Be Real. I mean, you cannot get off brand if you're being real.
There you go.
Right?
There you go.
Am I right?
You're right. You are correct. Do I see the author of Make Learning Magical and the co-creator of Dragon Smart in the chat today? What's going on? So Tisha, by the way, Jay, yes, Lead with Culture author Jay wants to be there. He's in. Let's go.
DBC Uncensored. Okay, right after the show, we'll jump over to TikTok and tell the first story.
Hey, I see since Tisha popped in, I wanted to mention that she's going to very soon to IdeaCon. So if you're going to IdeaCon, make sure you connect with Tisha, and Tommy, her son, is going to be there too. And in fact, they're going to be doing a live session on Dragon Smart at IdeaCon. And so make sure if you are at IdeaCon, go there, check it out, say hello, get a selfie, the whole deal. What do you call it when there's three people in a selfie? It's a
threesome. No, I'm just kidding.
A trapelfie? I don't know. But anyway, get one of those and let us know. Post on social media from the session. We would love to hear a report from the session. I know Beth Huff, by the way, Lead Like a Pirate co-author, was doing a keynote today in Indiana. I saw some posts on X about that. And so if you want to bring, all these people that you see associated with us will come to your event and do stuff. And so I saw great feedback from Beth's presentations in Indiana today. And Wendy's your person. If you want to book any of us, Wendy's your person. She can help you out.
So fun. And now's the time too. There's so many great things happening, and now's the time.
Jay Billy, DBC Uncensored. Jay, you and me both.
Maybe we should just do it. We were just talking about this actually today. And I was like, Dave, these are our first 3 stories. We got this. Like, this is going to go viral.
See, Jay goes way back in DBC. Maybe not all the way to the beginning, but Jay goes way back. And so Jay knows a cast of characters, Tara, that came before you, and
yeah, he does.
We could tell some stories about that cast of characters too, I think.
See, we can have guests on it.
Yes.
Pull in all our speakers.
Blast from the past, pop in like when they bring someone out. Well, you know what? Guess who we've brought along? And then out they like walk like a Jerry Springer show.
Everybody's getting in trouble at their district. We're like, sorry. At least I would be there with my boss, so I know I wouldn't get fired.
Yes.
Of course. I'm so excited about this. I can't wait to follow it on Twitter. I wish so bad I could be there. I'm hoping I'll find a conference I can go to this year at some point.
Yeah, what do we got? We got so ISTE's in Denver this year, right?
Yeah, maybe ISTE. I feel like I might join in for ISTE. I don't know.
Got Spring Q coming up pretty soon too. I'm presenting. So I've been kind of laying low this month besides that virtual Terra. And then I present March 1st in Utah. I'm doing a keynote at a big conference in Utah. And then on March 5th, I'm doing a keynote presentation in San Diego. So I'm going back to the hometown, San Diego, to speak on March 5th. And I'm probably going to go straight from Utah to San Diego, go spend a few days with my mom, visit some friends and stuff like that. So I'm pretty excited about that. Sean, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Thanks for popping in here. Appreciate you. Boom, there we go. Late to the show, but good evening. Yes, good evening to you as well. Tara,
we will be together in March, Dave.
Oh, that's right. We're also going to New York.
Yep.
We're presenting in New York. So
I was in the program again.
Yeah. So I did a 90-minute presentation for that same school group earlier in the year, like in the fall. And then we're going back and I'm doing a shorter presentation and turning it over to Tara Martin and letting her do her thing. So we'll be in New York in March too. So I'll be 3 places in March. That's right. Hey, Tara, we don't have too much more time, but you said something about that maybe you had brought a quote along. Is there something about the quote?
Oh, I did. Yeah. So I was reading this the other day and it doesn't really, I don't know if it totally fits like what we have in here, but I loved, I just feel like so often we're seeing so much on social media where people are just picking fights, over stupid stuff, like a girl showing up to support her boyfriend at the football game. Like, I'm sorry if any of you out there are involved in that, but I really think it's both incredible that a woman can make that much stir in the world, and also just crazy that people have to pick fights over something that is positive. It should be positive. But I was reading, I have this little book, Still Like an Artist, by Austin Kleon. It's always just sitting on my end table. Sorry.
Birthday girl.
She piping up. I read this quote. I just opened it today and I read this quote and it says, "Quit picking fights and go make something." And I just love that little quote. It was just so simple and so plain. But I thought if all of us, even if we just remind our students too, this book is all about unlocking, it's called Still Like an Artist. It's all about unlocking creativity. And I think if we would just stop worrying about all the things around us and stop like trying to find negative to point out, and we just quit picking fights and go make something, we could use our time so much better and also create something that would be powerful. Dave and I have been playing around with, he's been making a lot of TikToks. So naturally, I've been looking for ways that we can make our reels just a little more exciting. So yesterday I made one of Honey and I with our little photo shoot, our Valentine photo shoot. It was so fun, but I could have been looking for negative things. I could have been aimlessly searching on social media or scrolling, but no, I was creating something. And when I created it, I was so proud of it afterward. And I think there's just so many opportunities where we can bog down in stuff that's like wasting our energy or stuff that's like causing us to think negative or get down on ourselves, or we could just go make something, go do something. And I I don't know. I just wanted to remind you guys, if you're feeling that way, it's the middle of the winter, find something that gets you excited. We've been playing around with the app CapCut for video creation. Also the templates on Instagram, and kind of mashing those up, and using also a video app called Perfect Video, all of which are on the App Store. And most of them are like, if you have to buy it, it's just like you have to purchase it once. So it's not like a subscription. And we've been having a lot of fun with that. If you're interested in making videos, Dave is crushing it, and I'm so proud of him. And he is normally wasn't really into like creating in that way. So he's like, I feel like if Dave can do it, anybody can do it.
Ain't that the truth? If I'm doing something with technology, then you know that you could use that same tool for sure. By the way, I just went over to the shelf because, I also have.
Steal like an artist. Yeah. What's your favorite quote in there? Thumb through it real quick.
Oh man, favorite quote, very tough.
Find one.
Okay, I'm gonna choose one right here. You will need. So it says right here, it has a checklist. It says you will need curiosity, kindness, stamina, and then the last one, a willingness to look stupid.
Love it.
Yeah. So if you're going to put work out into the world, you have to be willing to take that risk that maybe it's not going to go well. Maybe some people are not going to like it. You're going to, there's a Stoic quote that I put on my TikTok not too long ago about being willing to look stupid and foolish if you're going to be a creator, for sure. Yeah.
I feel like that's the case. And that kind of reminds me too, Dave, like if we have something out there and it's not getting a lot of likes, or you feel like it's not getting a lot of interaction, just leave it. It's good to see the timeline of your content. It's almost like your time capsule of creations.
Yeah.
And it's also good to see the patterns. You can't see a pattern if you take a piece of data out. So leave everything in and just let it be and see where it goes from there.
I agree with Sean that not just for creating like as an artist, but as a teacher too, which a teacher is an artist in a sense, right?
For sure.
There's definitely an art to teaching and an artistic component to it. And so I think that is, Sean is correct. That's a good checklist for any educator, I believe.
Okay, last one.
Creativity is subtraction. Yes, I love that.
I love it. We can't have everything. You know, sometimes we got to take some things out to allow ourselves to be creative. We have to remove some things that are sucking up our time in order to create and have time for that. So yeah, just a few things I was thinking about that I thought I would share. And I know we're pushing it. Did you find another one? There's so many, guys. If you don't have this sitting on your kitchen, there's another one too. I have the other one too. It's yellow.
Oh, by the way, so, we're mentioning this book by Austin Kleon. Of course, obviously, first you should make sure you have every single Daybers Consulting book that's in our library. And then if you have extra book budget after that, and a book budget should be unlimited, much like dessert calories. So like ice cream, unlimited allotment for ice cream. Same with book budget. So then go ahead and you can pick up Austin Kleon.
That's the only time.
I actually, I'm on a little bit of a new book kick right now. I don't think I want to share exactly, but I've just bought 2 books, and obviously I get all the DBC books, but I just bought 2 books outside of the field of education. And so I've often say read wide, live wide, and I'm trying to make sure I'm living up to that and reading outside of the education field. And so I just bought 2 books to try to help me grow that I have over on my nightstand. I'm reading a little bit every night before I go to bed, try to get sleepy. And then also scrolling on TikTok.
Yeah. I scroll a lot. So I needed that creative subtraction. I need to subtract a little bit.
Tisha doesn't want to talk about ice cream yet. So somebody may be on a little on a nutrition plan right now. Yeah. That has some limits to different things that they can do in different macro categories. And so ice cream is probably not a good discussion right now for Tisha. But I have to admit, I sent her, my son Finn and his girlfriend made a potato-themed charcuterie board for Valentine's Day. They handmade everything. They handmade 2 kinds of fries. They had handmade potato chips, mashed potatoes, potato pancakes. It was like a whole charcuterie board of different things made out of potato. I sent the picture to Tisha. She didn't find that very funny.
Bread and ice cream are not allowed in our conversation. That's where we're subtracting. For Tish.
Hey, before we go, how old is Honey?
She is 2 today.
Honey, happy birthday to Honey Martin.
You want to say hi to everyone? No, but be sure to check out her. She always wants to say hi until it's her birthday. Be sure and check out her birthday post. I'll be putting that up today. I will be mashing up from 2 apps tonight, CapCut and Instagram. So I'm doing 2 different templates from the 2 of them and mashing them up in perfect video. So check it out. It's going to be so cute. Well, you did all things fun for Honey today, and she is just so cute. She adorable.
Did you see this one? I missed this one. Boy, this is so true. So true. Sean.
Perfect for any day of the week.
I feel this. Yeah. What's the next holiday? St. Patrick's Day. My God, like, why would you not give people the book? Like, of course, St.
Every
Patrick's
green book, like this is her first one.
There you go. Legacy of Learning, green cover.
Every book that has green on it. Be Real has green on it.
You can keep yourself from being pinched by just carrying around Legacy of Learning.
Just pin it on your shirt. Speaking of Legacy of Learning, that's starting right now, Dave.
All right. I'm hopping over to X to help them retweet things in that chat. So if you're interested in being in the book study of Legacy of Learning, it's over on X right now. Legacy of Learning hashtag Megan Lawson's book. And we really appreciate we're thankful that you joined us tonight. And we will see you next week.
Bye, everyone.